One, two, one, two, one, two. Here we go. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast, raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. Catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope that's what this podcast will do. If you'd like to be a part of this podcast as a guest or contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. That is catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 45. We are 5 away from 50, so let's get into it. Today we're gonna do a deep dive into a mental monster that plagues way too many of us, myself included. It's called rumination. Okay? So, rumination, my friends, is that nasty habit our minds have of dwelling on negative experiences, failures, anxieties. It's like chewing on the same piece of mental gum. The flavor's gone a long time ago, but we just can't seem to spit it out. You know, like that tea berry gum. Remember tea berry gum? Some of you might remember tea berry gum. Probably the greatest gum that was ever made by a human being. Flavor goes, but you chew it because you got something to chew on, right? Um, so here's something to ponder, okay? We all ruminate sometimes. It's a natural human tendency. But when it becomes a habit, it can seriously hold us back. It can steal our joy, zap our energy, and make it hard to move forward. Let me ask you a question. Has replaying an awkward conversation in your head millions of times actually made you a better communicator? Has reliving that missed opportunity somehow magically changed the past? Probably not. In fact, rumination can be a serious roadblock to happiness and success because it steals our present moment focus. It zaps our energy. It fuels anxiety. So how do we break free from this mental chewing gum factory? Well, let's start with some wise words from the one and only Mark Twain. Don't dwell on the Don't dwell on the past. You're not going to live there, right? Don't dwell on the past. You're not going to live there. Simple yet powerful. The past is done. We can't change it, but we can choose to focus our precious mental energy. So here's a parable to illustrate that point. Imagine two travelers. Let's call them Ben and Sarah. They're embarking on a tremendous or treacherous mountain hike. The path is steep, the air is thin, and the journey is far from easy. Halfway through, they encounter a rickety bridge spanning a deep chasm. Ben, a notorious ruminator, freezes. He remembers a childhood story about a bridge that collapsed and gets stuck in replaying the worst case scenarios in his head, paralyzing him with fear. Sarah, on the other hand, takes a deep breath, acknowledges the potential danger, but chooses to focus on the present moment. She takes slow and steady steps across the bridge, her mind clear, her gaze fixed on the other side. So, who reaches the summit? Of course, Sarah conquers the mountain. Ben eventually makes it across, but his progress is hampered by the weight of his worries. See the difference? Rumination holds us back, while present moment focus empowers us to move forward. All right, so how do we become more like Sarah and less like Ben? Here's some battle-tested strategies to silence that inner critic and reclaim your mental peace. All right, we've got a few of them here, so let's start off with number one. It's always the best place to start. Recognize your rumination monster. The first step is awareness. Catch yourself replaying negative experiences. Notice the physical sensations, tightness in the chest, shallow breathing. Label it. There I go, ruminating again, right? There I go, ruminating again. You don't even have to call it ruminating. You can just say, I recognize it. I just recognize it. Just stop yourself, right? Recognize it, stop it. So interrupt the pattern. Once you recognize it, don't let it spiral. Have a mental interrupt button, a positive image or a mantra like, this doesn't serve me, or a physical action like squeezing a stress ball, or simply something that I would do, especially driving in a car. I would just say, stop, stop it. God damn it, just stop it. But do something. There's the counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's many ways that you can interrupt it. Choose the one that's right for you. Reframe your thoughts. Challenge those negative ruminations. Ask yourself, is this helping or is it harming? Is it good? Is it bad? Instead of I'll never succeed, try setbacks don't define me. I can learn from it and grow from it. So change your perception, change the way you're thinking about it, right? How about practicing gratitude? Shift your focus to the good. Take a few minutes each day to list things you're grateful for, big or small. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to rumination. So for me, I have 3 morning, 2 afternoon, and 3 evening kind of little gratitude quotes that I'll say. And I have them in my calendar. They pop up on my phone. So, hey, just in case you were starting to feel a little funky, here's something to motivate you and get you back on track, right? Let's see. What about mindfulness meditation? Right? Train your mind to be present. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind. It's about gently guiding your attention back to the present moment when it wanders. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering where it will go. Where it will go. Right? The Beatles. Right? There's tons of free guided meditations online. Simple Google search, you get you on your way. One that I really should do that I don't do and I need to, journaling. Sometimes getting those pesky thoughts out of your head and onto paper can be incredibly helpful. Write down your worries, then challenge them or brainstorm solutions. Got 2 more here. This is a big one. Live in the present. Engage your senses. Savor the taste of your coffee. Feel the sun on your skin. Listen to the birds singing. Grounding yourself in the present moment helps break the cycle of rumination. So one of the big things I did was I would take my mornings. I was never a morning person. And through my journey through cancer and being in hospitals, I became a morning person because I'm always being woken up at 4 or 5 in the morning. And my complete physical clock, my internal clock changed. Having those mornings and being present with myself, whether it's just walking through the neighborhood or walking on the beach, watching the world wake up, and just being there, listening to the waves, listening to the birds, feeling the sand on my feet, the mist, just being there. So very incredibly helpful. You don't have to be at a beach. You can walk the neighborhood like I do. or go into a gym and sit on a treadmill with your headphones. Just be there in that moment. Seek help. Nowadays, being able to talk about your emotions and your feelings and things like that is becoming more open and accepted. But there's still some of us who are afraid to share because of past traumas, you know. But if it's significantly impacting your life, don't hesitate to seek help. A therapist can equip you with powerful tools to manage negative thought patterns, right? And you can find it anywhere. I mean, anywhere online, telehealth, things like that. It's all available. Remember, rumination is a habit. And like any habit, it can be broken. All right? So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for listening to the Catalyst Podcast. Raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. A catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope that's what this podcast will do. So if you do have it in you and would like to be a guest or a contributor or even a sponsor, we'd love to get a sponsor. You can email us here at catalystmotivation561@gmail.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you guys enough. Appreciate you for each and every one of you who have been tuning in and are starting to find this small little space of guerrilla podcasting. You know, no front end and back end music beds, no quick editing. It's just all one shot. However it comes out is however it comes out. And we appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for listening to episode 45 about rumination. We will see you next time for episode 46 of the Catalyst Podcast on our way to 50. Thank you so much for listening. Go be great.